The 2020 session is underway. Please tell us some of your priorities for the year.
Well, and it's a busy session, isn't it? Already 1,000 bills, and we're working hard in committee trying to get something accomplished, but it's only 60 days, so we're on our way. I have a few priorities that I consider the most important is affordable housing. I'm ranking member on the housing committee, and also education and taxes. Man, we were hit hard last session with taxes. We can't have any more taxes. And we've heard from our constituents that that should be a priority, and it certainly is. Affordable housing, I would love to see houses that could be built affordably. And so how can you have affordable housing if the numbers don't pencil for a contractor trying to make a living, and one of those being affordable housing? I would love to see more public-private money towards affordable housing. I think that that's one way that we can get more units built. Maybe refurbishing old units, get some policy. Today in capital budget, we saw a great idea brought forward by Representative Walsh. And it was more of a public-private refurbishing old buildings, particularly for homeless. And that could come through. And if we continue doing that, especially within district, that would be fantastic. But it's a statewide problem.
One of your priorities is education. Talk about that.
You know, we didn't solve the problem with McClary. We threw a lot of money at it, just like we are the homeless. And what's happened is the same old thing. Some of the schools, the bigger districts, especially on the west side, are able to get higher levies and able to get more things accomplished within the school districts. And my feeling that a lot of the money that went to the education through that ended up going to the teachers, which makes the teachers happy. We need to have good teachers, and we need to make sure that the teachers are paid well. But I think that perhaps there wasn't enough money that was put towards curriculum and class sizes. So there's a lot more work to be done. I'm not on that committee, but as a caucus, we're working towards that. The committees, by the way, that I do serve on is, like I said before, I'm ranking member on the housing. That's also Veterans Affairs. We also do parks, and we also do community development. So there's a lot that's done on that committee, and that committee is dear to my heart, especially community-wise, and I've always been community-minded. Then the other committee is Commerce and Gaming. Commerce and Gaming regulates alcohol, tobacco, and cannabis. And having a winery, I feel akin to that committee, and especially with small wineries, because small wineries, in my opinion, they have a hard time to get by. A lot of them go out of business. So working hard to help the winery and the small wineries. The other committee, capital budget. Capital budget brings money into the district. It's money that's going to be spent somewhere in the state. So we try to get our fair share into the district. And then once we know what we're going to get, we're able to distribute it to the programs that may help. Like last year, Blue Mountain Action Council, they've got a real good grant, and that grant's enabling them to build a new building right across the street from the Whitman Hotel. There was also a fantastic grant that went to the Port District for what they're doing out there for the water and electricity that needs to be done. So we're trying to do as much good as we can in the community, but I have to say, the one that meant the most to me, I got an award for that. That's my little pig. And what that is that it was the smallest award that was given last year for capital budget request. And that smallest reward had to do with the wedding chapel in Walla Walla. That's getting refurbished, $8,000-9,000, something like that. But they're going to be having a ribbon cutting for that too, and I certainly want to attend that. So that's one of the feel-good things of being in the legislature. I also have to give a shout out to my seatmate, Skylar Rude, who worked hard with one of the new members in the other caucus, developing the remote testimony. There's 3 committees that will do remote testimony. One of them is the Housing Committee, and I understand that there is somebody set to do a remote testimony. It'll be the first time that that's been done within the House, and that's supposed to be done next week. Columbia Basin College is where you go to have that done. And I do want to say one thing. I would love for you to keep in contact with either myself or Marge, my legislative aide, on anything that you think we should be doing during session, because it's a short session And I really would like your input. Please contact my office if you have any questions. And it's such an honor serving all of you.